I'm Michael Jamieson. I live northwest of North Plains. We have a tree farm here at our home. The tree farm adjacent to our home has been assembled from 11 different properties, and it's now a total of like 591 acres. Overall, mostly in northern Washington County, we have a total of over 2,800 acres. It's a pretty full-time job taking care of it. I worked in the woods to put myself through college, and upon graduation from college, I got hired on by a fire department. The first place I bought in 1970. From that time on, I was interested in acquiring more land. It became a little bit out of control, way beyond what I anticipated. And in the beginning, I needed assistance. I mean, I was new at it. I don't have any formal forestry training. I would hire consulting foresters to assist me with everything from tree planting to then aerial spraying. I would watch carefully what they did, how they did it as they helped me, and it was an educational process as well as getting the service at that time. And I've also gotten help over time from the service foresters, the Oregon Department of Forestry. They've been real helpful over time. The main objectives initially were to create income for my future retirement. There was a point in time in the middle of our whole tree farm adventure that land became low in price relative to the value of trees. I made a decision to start trading my trees, which were then marketable, for ground. And so you could buy cut over forest ground in this area for about $600 an acre. Our long-term objective at this point is to continue to grow trees because so much of our timber is young, we don't do much harvesting. We've been able to do a lot of work toward enhancing the natural values, and then my kids or future generations will determine how much to protect and how much they need to harvest. Put a lot of effort in to try to control invasive species and plant alternative species where we have root rot and other problems so that we can have a pretty well fully stocked forest land. Well, I actually have a management plan that's never up to date and never complete because it's a living document where I'm constantly adding things, doing things, changing things. My management plan, instead of having one overall, I have management groups. I think we're up to 13 management groups, and I have more individualized plans so that I can talk about individual areas with invasive species or individual cultural resources that are out there on individual parcels. The goals are now, they're in a large part to educate my children into continuing this enterprise. I've created an LLC where they have significant ownership of what we have, and to keep them interested, involved, and educated. That's a big part of what we do in our plan right now. People I sell wood to, it's important to them to have certified wood because some of their customers want to know what percentage of the wood they're getting is certified, and so it's helpful in a marketing sense. We have a place with a small pond that's probably 2 or 3 acres in size. We got a picnic table up there, and we go up there collectively as a family and eat lunch and throw things for the dog who loves to go fetch them in the water and play up there. One of our goals is to minimize the loss of land productivity or ability to do things on our land due to government regulation. So we actively participate with legislative hearings or county board meetings or whatever it takes to try to minimize those impacts. It's important to us as a family to be able to continue to use our land with a lot of options and not just be boxed into certain things. We've kept these fields open just so that we can watch the wildlife come in here, and they've got a food source. We've also got quite a bit of fish-bearing streams, salmon steelhead streams. We have about 1.5 miles of the East Fork of Dairy Creek, which is like the most productive coho stream in the whole Tualatin Basin. And I like to think that because we own 1.5 miles of the headwaters of that we've contributed to that, and that makes us all feel good.